Well, folks, here's my 2 cents on one web day. Regrettably, there isn't a touching long distance love story or an aha moment when the web saved my life that I can share with you. But open and fair access to the internet is still an important and vital standard that needs to be preserved. In response to a series of New York Times editorials on net neutrality, the blogosphere is buzzing in agreement. There is currently a bill before Congress prohibiting internet service providers from censoring, selectively blocking, and discriminating against anything that travels along their infrastructure, essentially guaranteeing net neutrality. And there is a growing chorus, including the San Jose Mercury News, San Francisco Chronicle, Christian Science Monitor, Seattle Times, LA Times, St. Petersburg Times, and the Houston Chronicle, calling for the bill's passing and the Obama administration to sign it into law. Yet this begs the question, what about the rest of the world? Sure, regulations and protections from the U.S. legislature would help ensure open and fair access for Americans, but what about other countries? The American goal of spreading democracy and freedom to other peoples is often cited, especially in the context of war, like the current Iraq War, for example. This thought process, the desire to spread the American principles of all men are created equal, and they are entitled to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, can certainly apply to keeping access to the internet open and fair. The internet is the last bastion of freedom. It's the one thing we all have equal access to, or at least potential access to. One only has to look at the attacks in Mumbai or the recent elections in Iran to see the power of the internet in action, to see real-life examples of the need for fair and open access. Real people on the scene, on the streets, were able to tell their stories better than any network correspondent possibly could. Opening such a window onto another culture, another place in the world, can only help to increase understanding and tolerance. Hearing directly from the people involved, the people being affected firsthand, allowed many of us to see that we may not be as different as we thought. Now, I'm not saying the internet can bring the pageant answer of world peace, but I'm not saying it can either. Open and fair access levels the playing field. On the internet, John or Jane Public, or Jacques and Jacqueline Public, or Juan and Juanita Publico, whatever your choice may be, can stand side by side with the most powerful people on the planet. The little guy has a voice. The internet is the great equalizer, globocasting a new source, a new voice, the human voice, and you can't silence the human voice.